Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today is not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading after a very long time. As many of you know, my father is not doing well at the moment, and the last few days especially not, so I had to take care of him. So therefore I couldn't record any readings for you guys, but I'm very happy and grateful that I'm back today. And yeah, today's reading is all about who will you marry, who's your future spouse. As always, my dear, I have 3 pals that you can choose from. This is pal 1 with the 2 of cups. This is pal 2 with the lovers card, and this is pal 3 with the world card. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comments section. And if you're interested or curious when it comes to a personal reading with me, and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal 1, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry, who's your future spouse. So first of all, my dear, as always, I would like to get you some tarot cards, and then we will dive a little bit deeper into the topic with some more oracle. So let's see. Let's see if I can shuffle. For my dear pile 1, who will you marry, who's your future spouse? Let's see. Who will you marry? Oops, oh my goodness. Well, let's see. Who will you marry, who's your future spouse? One last shuffle. All right. So the first card fell. Okay, the first card we have here is the Chariot. Ooh. Okay, one card fell on the floor. Let me get it. The second card is the 3 of Pentacles. Let's continue. For you, my dear pal 1, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? What information can we get about them? Okay, one card, the 7 of Swords fell. We have the Justice card, the Hanged Man, 4 of Cups, okay, the King of Pentacles. Let's get you one last card, and we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, and at the back of the deck, my dear, we got the Page of Swords. So let's see. For my dear pal 1, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? So the first thing I'm seeing in here, and that was like straight away the first message as well. I feel like for some of you guys, you and your future spouse, you know, there could be some differences between you guys, and it's also very interesting to me that, you know, I really feel drawn towards the Chariot, and the Chariot can also signify travel or distance. So I do feel like for some of you guys, your future spouse could maybe live a distance from you, or even if they are close still, there is this energy of of being different, all right? Now, the energies are not showing me specifically what it may be, so therefore, I guess because a lot of people are watching, the differences can be different for every and each one of you. So, let me give you an example. Let's just say maybe someone watching this, their future spouse indeed is from a different place, could even be a different country. For others, this difference energy is more so regarding maybe the background or maybe even the nationality. Okay, could still be in the same country, but still nationality wise could be a little bit different. So, however, it's going to apply to you, I do feel like this is going to influence your relationship in the beginning, not necessarily in a bad way, but it's just going to give you a different perspective, also with the hanged man being here. It could be the case that for some of you guys, as an example, you haven't dated someone like this person, so it's going to be a new experience. All right, let me see, my dear. I feel like in general you will have a lot of kind of new outlooks, okay, when it comes to this relationship. So it could be the case that you learn something from this person which makes you reflect on what relationships are for you, or on what kind of partner you actually want. Maybe you always thought about a certain partner you want to manifest. And I feel like when this person comes through or, enters your life, they are gonna change something within you. But I feel like on a much more deeper level, for the positive, okay? Let me say this. It's a positive change. It's not something heavy. So as an example, let's say you always thought that you had to live a certain life that others expected of you. It could be the case when this person comes into your life, they will support you when it comes to your own dreams. And, you will change this. You will choose for yourself that, you want to do what you want to do and not what others expect out of you, So it could be this kind of energy. It's a very positive, transformation, you could say. Although we don't have the death card here, still this transformation energy for me is coming through. And I do feel like this person is a reason for that. They're going to help you through it as well. Now let's continue. What can we get some more about your future spouse, my dear pal one? So another thing I'm seeing here is that I feel like this is a team player. This is not the kind of person who thrives. Okay, that sounds weird. I was about to say thrives alone, but that's not quite what I am trying to say. I don't feel like it's really fitting. Let me put it that way. So first of all, this is someone who thrives in a team, okay? This is a team player, as I said. This is someone who can work beautifully with other people, with colleagues, collaborations, and so on. It's really something they love. I feel like in general, they are someone who loves socializing. For them, it's not a problem. I do feel like this is more so an extrovert. Also speaking, their Manipura chakra is really coming through here. It's almost like, they have this need. They have this need to go out, to show themselves, to, find their place in the world. I feel like they really have a strong will as well. And they just want to kind of conquer, and they love when they can connect with others as well who may have the same vision as them. So as I was about to say in the beginning, I feel like this is more so someone who likes to be surrounded by, people who they can work with, and they enjoy that more than, for example, just being alone or working alone. I feel like they want, or they like the interaction, they love the communication. And I do feel like this person could have a certain circle. These could be friends that they may work with, or if these are colleagues, I really feel like they have a great relationship with each other. You know, this is the kind of person who they will not just be a colleague, but they really want to also build a connection. So if they have to work with people, why not have friendships as well with them? Or, you know, build something very respectful with each other, you know? So I do feel like this person likes to invest. They like to invest in people, they like to invest, like generally speaking. This may even be something they do, like investment, or in their private life, you know, they may every now and then invest in something when they see that the opportunity or is good, okay, the timing is good. But I do feel like it has been a mm, challenging journey, because also with the illustration of the Seven of Swords being here, the journey could have also been a little bit troublesome because of people they came across. And this is regarding their career. I'm talking here specifically career wise. So, as an example, maybe they had a boss which wasn't really that, or I'm sorry, who wasn't really that great, or was a little bit into their way, or maybe some sneaky people in their circle, yeah, who were an obstacle, you know, who were not the great or not the best influence, let me put it that way. But regardless of that, this person has not allowed these energies or these people to come in their way. With the King of Pentacles being here as well, this person has accomplished, has become the King of Pentacles, no matter how many Seven of Swords, you know, energies were around them. Yes, it may have made it a little bit harder. So as an example, maybe this person trusted someone and invested in something, but this person has like they had negative intentions. So yeah, they were trapped, but this didn't make them stop, you know. Whenever they fail, it doesn't matter. They can start again, or they can carry on, you know, they can, yeah, go on. I don't feel like this is someone who will allow anyone or anything really to stop them. Because, you know, there is one thing that this person brings to the table that maybe others, yeah, struggle with. And it's the fact that for them, failure is not necessarily the worst thing in life, you know. For them, yes, of course we can fail, but we can always, you know, continue afterwards. It's all about us, you know. It's our decision whether we want to continue or not. And I do feel like this person has failed multiple times, but every single time they've continued. And if you ask a lot of people who have accomplished great things, they will tell you that success without failure doesn't happen. Throughout the journey, you will come across situations which may have not gone the way you wanted them to go. So it's a part of it, and for them, it doesn't discourage them. You know, they are focused, and yeah, Manipura, for sure. It's the energy in here. Now, let me continue. Please give me a moment. Okay. All right. Okay, that's very interesting. It could be the case that, you know, if there were people who did them wrong, they could have seek justice, okay? It could be legal justice or through other way. But I do feel like this person, you know, when they realize that there's certain people who didn't had the best intentions towards them, you know, you look at this person, he's like standing there with the sword, almost like in a very defensive, like way. And it's almost like if we look at these two, like they're building a picture. So this is this person looking at this one here and almost like catched, you know. And I do feel like this person has acted, okay? And yeah, even if it's just with the sword cutting these people out of their life, it could be something like that as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be legal steps, but I mean, with the justice card, of course, it can be. Regardless of that, these energies were cut away. And I do feel like they have brought them a lot of distress, Also, with the Nine of Swords being here, they could have made deals because of others, which, yeah, brought them a lot of sleepless nights or, once again, trouble. But they've learned from that. And for them, that's actually the thing. Yes, difficult experiences are not great. However, they are always a lesson. Tomorrow we can do it better than yesterday. And I feel like this is the kind of mentality that this person goes by. It is so interesting to me that we almost only got things regarding their career coming through. We didn't get anything regarding their love life or their past love life and so on. It's only a glimpse. Okay, yeah, we got the information regarding them being a little bit different and so on. But regardless of that, there was a lot of information regarding their job and career. So, with the focus, energetically speaking, being on this, it could definitely be the case, my dear, that, yeah, their career is, as we're speaking right now, the most important aspect of their life. So that's why it's overtaking almost energetically here. But let's get you some oracle cards, and hey, who knows, maybe we will get some more information about them. So let's see, from my dear pile 1, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Look at that. Yeah, look at how it's like coming together. Step up and lead. Absolutely, this is a leader. And I have to come back to the Manipura chakra. I really feel like this is someone who's coming off strong, who has goals and achievements and is motivated, determined, and I really feel like they are a natural leader. They have this charm as well, this energy, it catches you. I feel like maybe that's also why they love to work with others so much as well, because it just harmonizes well, They know how to, like, even if this person with the King of Pentacles may be in a position which they have to lead others, also with the Justice card being here, I really feel like they are a fair person, they are a fair leader. If they aren't a leader yet, still they have this quality, They may lead somehow in their personal life. I just feel like they are a natural leader. It really comes easy to them. And once again, they're definitely a very fair person as well. They wouldn't take advantage of their position. This is not the kind of energy. The Seven of Swords for me is more so regarding external energy, not within them, but like others. Let's see. All right. We have forgive. All right. You know what this message is giving me? I feel like this is not someone who entertains drama too much. So, yes, there could have been some drama in their life in the past. We have talked about it when it comes to their career and people who, yeah, weren't that genuine. But I feel like, generally speaking, and maybe also because of this experience or these experiences, this person just has chosen for themselves, no, I am not gonna entertain negativity. I am not gonna entertain things that don't take me to the next level. If someone does them wrong, with the forgive card being here, I really feel like they're just gonna forgive it and they're just gonna move on, but they don't hold grudges or such things because they just don't have time for that. They're concentrated on leveling themselves, and these distractions just don't have just don't have space in their life. Open to change. So this is definitely for you. And I do feel like this goes hand in hand with the message that I got in the beginning of the reading, my dear. This person will bring change into your life. I feel like they will influence you positively as well with their own energy. So if you're someone who sometimes feels stuck or not very motivated, then I feel like this person will be a great motivator for you. And yeah, they will be kind of even like a cheerleader, you know. You see this picture, I don't know why, it's almost like you know, like a cheerleader who's like motivating. I don't know why I felt like I associated that with this, but yeah, I really feel like they are gonna, you know, try to move you. So what do I mean with that? If some of you guys have been stagnant, it's almost like, also with the chariot energy being here, it's about moving on. It's about, you know, continuing or going to the next level. Not in a pushy way, okay? Not in a kind of toxic productivity or such thing. It's more so about seeing you, or not seeing you, showing you how much potential you're wasting. And if you choose, because you have free will and your free will is more powerful than anything else, if you choose to act upon it, they would, yeah, really support you and motivate you. And I do feel like you choose that, you know, you choose to change your life, because it's almost like you are becoming braver. You won't settle for less, you know, you want to get more. And you have the right, it's your birthright to want more in life. And I really feel like their energy, therefore, is really going to be contagious. It's almost like you're going to tell yourself, okay, there is so much that I can create. I want to live for myself. I will not allow other people to other people to determine what I can do, what I can't do. And I also feel like you are going to do something very similar. You are not going to hold grudges, because you're going to see, well, it takes more energy away than it gives you. Is there anything else? Yeah, I heard they're going to help you towards becoming your greatest version. That's what I heard. Yeah. So, my dear pile one, this is all I have for you for today. So, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And yeah, if there is something you would like to share, as always, feel free to do so. Also, my dear, if you haven't, I also invite you to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get a notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, if you're interested or curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you also would like to follow me on Instagram, on which we can connect more, I also invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear Pile 1, I'm sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear Pile 1, take care, my love. Hey Pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Now, as always, my dear, I would just like to start straight away. First, let's get you some tarot cards, and then we will continue with oracle cards. So let's see, for my dear Pile 2, who chose the Lover's card. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Let's give it one last shuffle. Okay, what I can already feel, my dear Pal 2, is that, like, the energies are very intense. So I am already getting messages coming through here regarding who your person is, but let me first get you the cards. Yeah, I'm already getting messages for sure. So the first card we have is the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Swords as well. The Seven of Wands. Interesting, 7-7. Yes, we got the Strength card. Absolutely. The Hermit. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Eight of Wands. This is so interesting to me. Like looking at the numbers so far, we have a lot of 8. The Strength card is also the number 8 in the tarot. We have 7-7, so there could be some significance regarding the numbers 7, 8, or 9. I don't know why I felt like saying this, but yeah. Let's continue. Could be someone's birthday or someone's life number, or maybe it will become significant when you meet this person. It could be on such a day, or it could be something regarding their life. Anyways, let's get you 2 more cards. We also got the Seven of Cups. Another 7, my dear. All right. Let me see. 1 card fell. Where is it? Okay, and we have the Six of Cups. At the back of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands. Okay, so let me see if everything is visible. All right, so my dear pile 2, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? So I would like to start with the first message I got before I got the cards, but it's really interesting because it came through. So the first thing I heard was your future spouse is someone who, when there is a problem or when they're going through something, they fight their battles alone. So what does that mean? This is the kind of person who doesn't want to pressure or bring heavy energy burdens onto others, especially talking here about their loved ones. So this is rather someone who would like to keep it to themselves, or keep the stress to themselves than reaching out to others for help. Now, this of course has its good and bad sides, because on one hand, I do feel like this is someone who's very like independent, and they want to do it themselves, but at the same time it's not bad to ask for help, right? Or especially like, I mean, if we have a loved one and they're going through something, we would want to know, or we would want to help them. So I really feel like this could be something that you may want to talk with them about, letting them know that you're a team, and if they're struggling with something, you want to be a part of it, you want to know it, and you want to help them as best as you can. So yeah, this could be something that you will tell them, but this is who they are. Maybe this person growing up did not had a lot of people who they can rely on, so this is kind of something they have adapted throughout the years. They don't feel like they have to reach out to someone when there's something. They just want to, deal with it and then go about their life. But of course, it can take a lot of energy away from you when you feel like you have to fight those battles alone without any help. So just for you to know, this is definitely someone who, as an example, cries silently or cries in the hidden, won't really show the fights they've gone through. But of course, you being their partner, you want to know, and you want to really understand what's all about them, right? But I do feel like, to be honest, that you are someone who's in tune. Like, you can sense people's energy, and I do feel like if your future spouse is having a bad day, you will pick up on it. It really comes natural to you, especially because, well, this is your partner and you can read them better than anyone else, right? you can sense when their mood changes, or when they may not be as happy as they sometimes are. So you will understand when something is fishy, if you understand what I mean. Yeah, I do feel like you are gonna tell them that it's okay to share with you, and it's okay for you both to fight, and not only them alone. So that's the first thing here. But besides that, I do feel like, as I've mentioned, like this is someone who also needs their alone time or privacy. They love to be surrounded by their loved ones, and they love to, yeah, to interact with others, right? But at the same time, this is the kind of person who still needs some time to recharge alone. So I do feel like when it comes to your relationship, both of you guys will have the space to be by yourself and, go back to your hobbies or whatever it may be. Maybe you are someone like this as well. Maybe you also like to be left alone, for 1 hour, let's say, every now and then, and just be with yourself, go back to your rituals or whatever it is that makes you feel good. And yeah, I do feel like in this relationship, that's definitely something both of you guys have. So freedom is a big thing here. Giving the other space, and yes, you are in a relationship, but you don't feel trapped. And a relationship should never feel like you're trapped, right? And this is definitely not the kind of relationship in which you will feel that way. Let me see. Yeah, I feel like this person very often had to survive on their own. So maybe sometimes they had to take what they can get. This could be someone who was left alone very often, so they toughened up very fast. And yeah, this is kind of still a thing now. Now they're also someone who makes things happen by themselves, because that's just how it has always been, I'm hearing. Okay, another thing I'm hearing here is that this is also someone who's very protective of this connection and protective of you. So, yeah, it's a very random message, but that's also something I'm seeing here. Let me see what I can get some more. You know, okay, you know what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups, and I'm looking especially at the illustrations here. Yeah. Okay, so I really feel like this person has opened a lot of different doors in their life, and it's all by themselves. I really feel like this is the kind of person who can say, all I have, all I've created is just me. I literally started from the bottom. I literally started from zero, and all I have now is my own sweat, blood, and tears put into it. This golden opportunity, I have created it, and it wasn't easy. And at the beginning, it seemed very hopeless, or it seemed unachievable, but it didn't hold me back, or I didn't stop. I tried and tried and tried because I knew I was worth more and I deserved more. Look at this. First, we have the Seven of Wands, and there is this person who's trying to push these things into the stones to, I guess, break the stones. And here we have someone who's looking at different, like, treasures, right? And as we all or may not know, the Seven of Cups also signifies these options, right, that we can choose from. And it's almost like these things have turned into these treasures. Like, it's almost like something I have I've seen, kind of the connection between them. And you can see this person is like working hard. It seems like they are trying to put all of their energy into this. And yeah, it's very, very hard physical labor, right? And I really feel like it's kind of the symbol or symbolism for how hard this person has worked for their life. So I'm not getting necessarily more information regarding as for why, whether maybe this person grew up with one parent, being not there, or in some kind of, let's say, difficult situation. But I really feel like it's not so much about, where they started, but it's more so about how hard they've worked and where they are right now and who they are right now. And they're also being represented by the strength card. Someone who's self-responsible, someone who's strong, okay, inside out. It's just such a courageous energy on so many levels, because it shows that this person has gone beyond, okay, and they've made it. They've become this lion, that I always associate with the strength card anyways. But I feel like there is more to it. Please give me a moment. Please give me a moment. Okay. That's interesting. I'm getting a message here, which I also got in PAL 1. If some of you guys have been drawn to PAL 1 as well, then feel free to watch it, because there could be some messages for you. If not, then just stick with this one. So what I heard was leader. I feel like this person can also be a great leader, and the reason for that is because, even if they are on the top, they still are very empathic, and they can feel into people who are like still in the beginning, because they were there as well and they still remember that. And for them, they have a lot of respect for people who are building something, because they understand the struggle, right? They understand how difficult it is. And yes, maybe right now they're not there yet, but they were at one point in time. And this person doesn't forget where they started. They don't forget what they were. So I also feel like they are someone who's very grateful, like gratitude, that's another thing here. I feel like one love language this person could have when it comes to love is gift giving. It's also like they're also very touchy, so a lot of hugging, caressing, like that's also something I'm seeing here. Let me get some. Okay, that's interesting. Before I get you an oracle card, the overall message, not message, the overall energy was the 10 of Wands, right? And for me, it's all about the illustration. And I've talked about this once, I think, in another reading. So maybe you've watched the other reading and you remember that. If not, then let me say it again. This is the person for me here. Look at this. We have this like skull, and although it literally seems dead, we see this beautiful tree growing through it. And look at how powerful and majestic this tree looks like. And not only that, it even has fruits. So it pushed through this very hard, skull, and it managed to grow, and it managed to flourish and blossom no matter what kind of circumstance it started with, right? And it has those roots which are deeply grounded. And yeah, it's almost like it's not like no one can make this tree fall down, because the roots are so strong. And for me, this is really a metaphor for who this person is in their own struggle. Yes, it wasn't easy, but now they are this beautiful tree who has fruits, no matter how the odds, were at the time for them. With the Knight of Pentacles here as well, yes, it could even have been a very slow journey, you know, maybe this person has worked for years when it comes to something, and then years later they were actually able to see the fruits of their labor. But I feel like this is someone who's patient. They understand that great things sometimes indeed take times. Now, let me get you some oracle cards to get a little more insight regarding who your future spouse is, my dear. All right, we have two cards here. The first card, oh my goodness, look at this. We have the full moon in Leo. Didn't I talk about the lion that I associated with the strength card? Of course, the strength card also stands for Leo. This is actually so beautiful. This is who they are, my dear. Look at this beautiful lion. They've made it, and they've grown into this beautiful, majestic being. It wasn't easy, absolutely not, as we have seen, but yeah, I really feel like this person can be so proud of themselves. It's funny though, because I feel like this is a very humble person. You know, they may not really talk a lot about their achievements or how far they've come in life, but when they do, or when people know, people definitely are very impressed by them. It could be the case that this person started alone, and yeah, this is okay, let me say it that way. This is not necessarily financial achievements, or this is not only about their career. I feel like there is more to it. In fact, the main focus when it comes to this person's achievements is achievements in life, which go beyond the material achievements. This is about them making it. Even though maybe they have been in circumstances in which, it was very hopeless, they built themselves up and they made it and they came out victorious. We also have this card here which says, speak your world into being. Yeah, for me, this card is really also about co-creating. This is a personal thing I associate with this card, speak your world into being. It's almost like, once again, we take this self-responsibility, and there is this creation element in here. We create the world that we want to see or that we want to experience. And I do feel like, once again, this is a great confirmation for what this person has achieved. And you can be so proud of them. Like, this person could have been starting off, as an example, with a very negative circumstance, and look at where they are right now. It's just wow. It's also interesting to me that we don't seem to get any more messages beside that. It's almost like it's only about this. So yeah, maybe this today is important. It's important for you to really in detail get a glimpse regarding this part of them, to really understand them better once you also meet them, if you haven't, or if you have met them, then so you understand them better now and where they come from. All right, and another card we got is the Forgive card, full moon in Pisces. Now, for me, this is a very, very emotional card, very gentle, vulnerable as well. At the same time, and that's very important to say, vulnerability is a power, is strength. Although a lot of people associate with being vulnerable being weak, it couldn't be further from the truth, because when people allow themselves to be vulnerable, that shows so much power and so much strength they have because they're not scared of being vulnerable. And with this card being here, first of all, like, I'm getting a lot of different messages, okay? But let me start with that. I really feel like this is someone who's very respectful when it comes to other people's emotions. This is not someone who would take advantage of someone who's vulnerable. In fact, they really know how to act so someone feels empowered in their feelings, so someone feels appreciated in their feelings or emotions. So let's say someone opens up emotionally to them. It's an honor. They see it as an honor, and they're very careful the way they deal with it because they understand that someone's feelings can be hurt very easily. Even if it's not our intention to hurt someone, one wrong thing saying, no, that was not right. That was not right. What did I just say? I don't think it was a correct phrase. What I was to say is, they understand that one wrong thing we can say can just destroy something, right? And they're very careful when it comes to that. You know why? Because this is someone who respects their own feelings and emotions. So they also respect others' feelings and emotions as well. Because very often when we don't respect ourselves, we don't respect others. If we don't love ourselves, we may have a very hard time with loving others, you know? It's almost like others are always, a mirror to our own inner world or how we treat ourselves. And for them, they respect themselves, they respect their feelings, so they do the same with others. And this shows also a lot of maturity, by the way. Maturity, not saying like age-wise, because maturity doesn't necessarily have to be connected to age. There could be a young person who's very mature. There could be an older person who's not mature at all. Maturity really is all about experiences, in our old soul, rather than how old we are on paper or how many days we have lived in this physical room, right? So I do see that this is also someone who's very mature. And speaking of respect as well, I really feel like there is going to be a lot of respectful gestures, or just in general, you guys are going to have a very respectful relationship. I feel like it's very important for them as well. Yes. So my dear pile 2, this is all I have for you for today. So please feel free to let me know, my dear, how you feel about this reading. And yeah, as always, if there is something you would like to share, whether it resonated with you or just something you really feel like sharing with all of us, please feel free to do so. Also, my dear, if you haven't liked and subscribed, if you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not even get a notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, if you're interested or curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I also invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear pal 2, I am sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal 2, take care, my love. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? So I would say, my dear, let's start straight away as always. First of all, let's get you some tarot cards, and then we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into some more oracle as always. Let's see, I'm so excited. Let's see, for my dear pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? right, let's go. One card fell. All right, so the first card we have is the Fool card. Let's continue. The Star card. Ooh, the Lovers. All right. We got the Nine of Wands. And another card, the Emperor. Okay, one card fell. We also have the Six of Pentacles. You know what, my dear pile 3? I would like to say something that I'm literally feeling. I feel like when it comes to you guys and the speed of like this energy or this reading, it's pretty fast going. You know, I had like the other piles and I felt like they were a little bit more like slower. But with you, you know, the way the messages are coming through and just overall the speed, I know it's pretty like difficult to explain, you know, how I'm feeling when I do readings or when the energies come through, but I'm trying my best here. Maybe you guys won't really understand, but I just feel like the speed with you guys is very quick. So it could be the case that either this person is, you know, coming into your life like faster and faster, okay? Like the time or the speed is becoming quicker. Or this could also have something to do with the reading in general, which we may get more insights for once we like really tune into it, okay? Like really start with the reading. But this is just something I felt like mentioning here. So yeah, because it was a really big contrast to the other piles. Okay, we also have the Two of Swords here. Now let's get you one last card. For my dear pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? All right, and we have the King of Cups here. Now, let me see. Yeah, everything is visible. So, my dear pile 3, let's start now. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Like, I just feel like, yeah, a lot coming through here. So first of all, my dear, there's one thing I'm really feeling when it comes to your future spouse, and I feel like it's a quality they have which you may really appreciate with time, which is that I feel like this is someone who will somehow help you overcome certain fears that you have. Now, these are small fears, okay, that you may sometimes have. So let me explain what I mean. It's not like something big. It's really like settled, like energies here. So as an example, let's say you are someone who has the need to always plan certain things, because if you don't plan these things, then you get stressed out or you become a little bit anxious. As an example, let's just say you're someone when you want to travel, you want to plan it all through. You know, you need to know where you're heading, where you're staying, how long you're staying. You know, you already also need the tickets for like coming back and so on. So it needs to be planned, because otherwise, you know, you're stressed because you just, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. You want to make sure everything is settled before you even, you know, do the trip in the first place. Now, this person's gonna really teach you that it is okay when we go with the moment. It is okay when we are spontaneous. It is okay if we haven't figured out everything. Because if we do this, okay, if we trust or if we are okay with these kind of situations, there's also a lot of potential. Because if we plan everything, you know, from the beginning, we kind of control it, and there is not a lot of room for like spontaneous like events or things happening, you know, a little bit like the universe doing its magic, right? And they're gonna teach you that there is this excitement here. So, as an example, you guys could, you know, just take a trip, okay, to a country, but that's it. You just go there and you spontaneously, yeah, go on this journey. You may not really know for how long, where you're gonna stay. It's kind of like they want you to be comfortable with uncertainty. And this trip is just an example, okay? It can be like 1,000 different scenarios. It was just, I think, the best one that came in my mind for now. But I think you know what I mean. It's just all about being comfortable with, yeah, not knowing. And I don't know why this is coming through. Maybe for some of you guys, you sometimes tend to control a lot, or uncertainty just is not the best thing, makes you feel some type of way. And it's also interesting to me, by the way, that although this is a reading regarding your future spouse, we're getting a lot of messages regarding you. But don't worry, because there is a lot coming through. Excuse me, my voice. There is a lot coming through when it comes to your future spouse as well. So we will look into this in a minute. But I really feel like these messages are important as well. And we also got the archetype of the Fool here. And if we look at the Fool, one very classic thing that always, maybe people talk about when it comes to this card is taking a leap of faith, right? And also, if we look at the, traditional illustration in the Rider-Waite as an example, it looks very risky, but at the same time, the Fool has such like trust, okay, in this journey. And yeah, he really does take a leap of faith. And you have to be courageous to do so, right? Not everyone is willing to take risks, and therefore a lot of people may not do something because they're not okay with the risk taking. So I do feel like this person's gonna give you a different perspective when it comes to taking risks in life in general, that we don't have to have figured out every single step of the journey. Sometimes it's just all about going with the flow, okay? And not resisting. And this person is going to challenge you that way, okay? But I really feel like this is exactly what you need, because this could be something very different from you, okay? Like this energy, this approach. And it's kind of like you are being confronted with something that is something very new, but it's refreshing. It's something you need. It's a different, yeah, kind of energy, and I see that it will bring you a lot of growth, okay? So this is the first thing here, which, yeah, has has a lot of importance, I feel like. And once again, I do see that it is going to be applied to different scenarios. It doesn't have to be travel. It can be, in your personal life, even like career-wise, right? But it's really going to help you grow. That's the main thing here. It's going to help you develop yourself even more. Now, having said that, I want to also say something else that I'm seeing here. This is a very interesting energy because, okay, you guys, when, for those of you guys who live in cold climates, or, you have winter, when it's like cold outside and it is very cozy inside, you may have on cozy like socks or clothes, pajamas, and it's warm. You may drink something warm, a warm chocolate, a hot chocolate, or or like anything. It could even be a tea, and you're watching your favorite like movie or something that really suits the season. Like this warm feeling that you have in your heart, this comfortable, cozy energy. This is just something that I felt, and it was very specific here. So this actually, shows me like multiple things. First of all, what I'm seeing here for you, my dear pile 3, is that this is also about about feeling safe, okay? But also about this relationship feeling right. You know, sometimes we experience something and we wholeheartedly know that this is a thing for us, or this is the right experience, it has been the right decision, and we're really satisfied with the way things have turned out. There is this element in this connection here as well. So I feel like when it comes to you, once again, like, what's happening? Universe, energies, please, please, please give us more indicators regarding their future spouse, because this is like the reading is all about, right? But let's me continue first here. I really feel like you are not gonna question this relationship a lot because of the way it feels. I see you guys, in these kind of scenarios, very comfortably, like snuggling on the couch or somewhere, and it just feels warm. You feel like you have arrived, and it just feels right. And I feel like you're gonna have these kind of situations very often. This doesn't feel like a relationship that you are gonna question very often. And the reason why is because this person is not going to give you a lot of reasons, to question it, because they're transparent, and both of you guys also know, what's going on. Both of you guys know the other person's intentions and so on, and it just like this person feels like a safe like place, okay? This is how I would describe it. Okay, I just want to say one thing. Like, I know this was another pile, but this card, like, is just in front of me and I have to look at it while talking. It's almost like this is you and your future spouse, okay? It doesn't matter who you're asking for. This is just like an illustration. This is almost you guys, in this comfortable, like, scenario I just described, and it just feels so safe. So I'm wondering why there's such a focus on feeling safe. Whether some of you guys have had relationships in the past in which you just didn't feel safe at all, or whether maybe some of you guys at times struggle with your like first chakra. But I really feel like security, there's something about that here. Now, let me continue, and now let me please talk a little bit more about who your spouse is. Oh my goodness, we're talking more than 10 minutes like about you more so than your future spouse. All right, so first of all, what I would like to mention when it comes to your future spouse is that I really feel like this is someone who has experienced love from a very young age. So what do I mean with that? This sounds very weird. Sometimes some of us are fortunate and we may grow up in a very beautiful household, with both parents present, and a lot of love being like shared to us, or it can even be like one parent present, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes one parent can give you more love than two, so it's not really important how much or how many are at home, right? But this is just about a child, okay, getting the love that they deserve, and the love being there, because unfortunately there are a lot of children out there who have both parents, who have maybe even a big family, but they don't receive any love at all. And this is so sad, because this is actually what a child needs, right? The same way a flower needs water or the sun, a child also needs love to grow. So Why I'm saying this is because this is someone who has always been loved. They know what mother love is, they know what the love of a father is. You know, they have had this great relationship. They could have had a lot of like aunts or like uncles who also gave them a lot of their appreciation. And I just feel like they grew up in this kind of environment, you know. They are they're full. They're full with love. They are not starving, okay, when it comes to receiving love. And because they have so much abundance within them, they are also someone who has so much love that they would want to share with others. So I really feel like this is a very lovely person, a very affectionate person as well. Okay, this is interesting because I heard even if they don't look like it. Now, the energies are not showing me, or telling me better to say, why, like why this is coming through. So I guess you have to figure it out for yourself, but they're telling me that even if they don't look like it, they have so much to give when it comes to love. And this also, like, this person needs someone who can just give as much love as they give. So I do feel like this person gets very attracted or drawn towards people who exude love and have this open heart space. You know, they very naturally get drawn towards them because obviously, well, this is what they are themselves, right? And therefore they really love to see that in people, especially in a partner, right? So yeah, this is a lover. Very, very simply said, this is someone who may also be very romantic, or like, I just feel like they don't hold back when it comes to showing you how much they love you, because it really comes natural to them, because it has always been that way. Yeah, this is also a very family oriented person. Let me see. Besides that, you know, this person either had a big family or growing up they had a very big circle, which could also been like friends or family friends, you know. You know, sometimes we have like those family friends which we also may say like uncle to, even though we're not related like blood wise, but you know, they're so close to us. They also could have had these kind of like environment. As you can see, a lot of affection, and this is really the energy, you know. And I do feel like this person has grown up very generous as well, because they've seen a lot of genuine, you know, gestures, and obviously you learn from them. I mean, if a child sees a lot of good examples, they also learn, you know, those examples themselves. I do feel like this person grew up in a very good environment. Yeah, and once again, they are a very generous person. They love to share, they love to give. It also makes them feel like their cup is full, you know, when they can also bring joy to others. And wow, that's one of the most beautiful traits and most attractive traits someone can have. Being happy to share, you know, being happy to see other people happy. Okay, this was a very weird sentence, but I guess you know what I mean, right? Now, let me see. This could also be someone who likes to be the provider or likes to take on this role. You know, no matter how old they are, they could still financially, as an example, support their family, or through, like, if it's not financial wise, through some kind of service. They just love that. They love to be needed. Now, okay, I don't know, you guys, which pal this was. I forgot whether it was pal 1 and 2, but you know, if one of you guys have been drawn towards this pal as well, then feel free to watch it, because yeah, you could have also been drawn towards it, and there could be some messages there for you. If not, of course, then only stick with this reading, all right? Now, I would like to get more information, more cards regarding who your future spouse is. All right. The first card we have is a full moon. Full moon in Aquarius. Now let me first get you all your cards. We have reveal what needs to be seen. Reflect on your priorities, and I feel like getting you one more card. I think for the other piles I only got like 3, but for you guys I'm feeling more. Too many. Only one, please. Okay. Yeah, look at that. And we have unleash your kindest self. Yeah, I really feel like this person loves to surround themselves to, with like kind people. They love to be surrounded by people who also bring this kindness, out of them. It's kind of like, good energy and giving good energy and receiving good energy. This doesn't feel like someone who has time or space for negativity. Like sometimes there are people who like drama, or people who like to see negativity, like it feeds something within them. They just like it entertains them, or I don't know. I can't really explain why, because like this is not who I am, but there are people who like negative energy. So this is not the kind of person. Absolutely not. This is the opposite person. They love this light. They love the light, the positive. I feel like this is someone who has definitely gone through some different cycles in their life, and as an example, if you ask them where they have been like 5 years ago, it could have been a complete like different life or different path than where they are right now. And this also applies, let's say, to maybe 2 years ago or like 10 years ago. Like it's almost like, every few years their path changes, or they revalue, like not revalue, is that the right word, like reprioritize, like they reflect on their life and they see what still resonates with them and what don't. I really feel like they then set new priorities, if they just doesn't fit the old ones, don't fit, I'm sorry. And I really feel like this is something this person does every few years or every now and then, and it really helps them to like stay focused or know what they want. And I also feel like this is someone who's very quick to act, especially when it comes to things that they know just don't resonate with them anymore. So as an example, if they are in a relationship which they feel like it's not going anywhere, they're not going to entertain it any longer, they're going to leave. This could have been something that they did in the past, but they just, they're very particular when it comes to their energy, and they just don't want to throw it randomly, because obviously that means that they don't have that much anymore, right? So they invest their energy in the right things. So I also feel like with Be Real, I heard this person keeps it real. This was literally what came through here. So yeah, this is definitely someone who is honest, and I also feel like they're not scared, or once again, they're not uncomfortable when it comes to just seeing the things as they are and saying it. So if they feel like something is just not working out, they will say it. Maybe at times this person even says it the wrong, not the wrong way, but people may think it a different way, okay? Like, when they say something, they mean it genuinely. But sometimes people may take it wrong, and these situation could have happened. Like, this person could have said something genuinely, but someone else got like insulted, or they thought they got insulted. But this person's just very, very honest, and it really doesn't come from a bad place. As an example, if you ask this person whether let's say you look good in something, they will say the honest thing. They will not say what you may want to hear, but they will say what you should hear. That's something I heard, so maybe this is something they sometimes literally say. So they're honest, very honest indeed, but it comes from a place of love. But still, for some people, it may rub them the wrong way. Now, let me see. Yeah, I really feel like this person's not scared to say, what needs to be said. Once again, another thing, okay, I also feel like this person is someone who doesn't hold back, as I said, but not in like vocally, not with their words, but with their actions. If they feel like, as an example, let me see. I need an example here. Well, I can't quite get one right now, but I'm trying to explain it as best as I can. So if this person feels like a certain situation, okay, let's just say a friend of them is going through something, and this person sees it and they feel like this just doesn't work out anymore and their friend needs to change something. I feel like this is the kind of person who will definitely approach their friend and, say what they're observing and then try to help. This kind of like, like people who sometimes feel like certain things you don't do because you just don't want to be confronted. As an example, some people say don't talk about politics, religion, and another thing, I forgot it. Like, these are topics you don't talk about. Like, sometimes people say those things, right? With this person, they will talk about everything. Like, they don't care. They feel like we have to stand up for what's right. And let's just say they feel like someone they love is in some kind of situation. They will voice it even if the other person doesn't want to hear it, and they will help the other to come out of the situation. So they don't just voice something, but they also come with solutions. This is someone who invests really a lot of energy into others as well. As an example, if one of their friends has a problem, they will go about it as if it's their own problem. And I really mean it, a lot of energy they will put in it. And yeah, once again, it comes from this very from this kind nature they have, It's kind of like they can't stand still if they know someone they love or they care about is going through something. Sometimes people feel, I don't care as long as it doesn't happen to me, but they don't think that way. If it happens to someone, they care about, or even like someone they see and they feel like they can help, they will do so. This is just who they are, you know. Unleash your kindest self. You share your kindness, you share your help with whoever it needs to be like reached. No, that was not right. But you know what I mean, right? Like, yeah, this is someone who gives a lot. This is a giver, you know, this is who they are. And this is indeed someone, my dear, like a great energy to have in life, you know, a great person to have as a friend, or generally speaking, because yeah, they are just like such a beautiful light to have in life. I hope I was able to explain it as best as I could. But as I always say, sometimes certain energies come through, and it's just no amount of words, you know, will give it justice. It's just something like you feel in this moment, or messages you receive, and then you try your best to bring it to the viewer or share it with the viewer. So I hope you guys got a glimpse when it comes to yeah, the energy that this person carries, because it's really wonderful. And once again, I have to look at this card over and over again. I really feel like these two are you guys. And it doesn't matter, you know, who you're asking about, whether you're a woman and you're asking for a woman, or you're a man asking for a man, or, you know, whatever. Just, you know, suit it the way it resonates with you. But I really feel like, yeah, this is you guys, you know. And this also says the lovers, you know, this is the lovers card. And yeah, I really feel like you guys, you are those lovers, you know, you are the lovers, which the lovers card like represents. I haven't felt this in a very, very long time, but I really feel like you guys are coming through with this archetype here. And yeah, it's a very interesting energy, my dear pile 3. So, my dear pile 3, this is all I have for you for today. So, yeah, please feel free to let me know, my dear, how you feel about this reading. And yeah, as always, if there's something you would like to share, don't hold back. You can feel free to do so. Also, my dear, if you haven't, I also invite you to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not even get a notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, as always, if you're interested or curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, I also invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear pile 3, I am sending you much love and much, much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pile 3, take care, my love.